What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Today we are at Atlanta Classic Cars to take a look at the 2017 Mercedes-AMG E43. The E43 is considered the first upmarket variant of the all-new E-Class sedan. We did a technical review of the E300 last year, so if you haven't seen that video yet, please be sure to check it out. When the E63 is released next year, the E43 will take its rightful place as the mid-level sports sedan of the E-Class. This particular model is shown in Designo Diamond White, and it has an AMG nut brown and black Napa leather interior. So today, let's go over some of the specific features to the E43 model and see how this ride has been engineered for excellence. Let's start out the review by talking about some of the aesthetic features that set the E43 apart from the standard E300. At the front of the car, you're getting a chrome diamond block grille with AMG lettering. And you also get dramatic AMG body sculpting. Now, this particular E43 has been optioned with the AMG Night package, which provides the car with black front fins and a black cross strut up front. You also get black chrome exhaust tips. Now, in combination with those features, the E43 also comes with black side view mirrors and black window sills. All these features in combination provide the E43 with a much more aggressive appearance when compared to the standard E300. Let's talk about some of the features of the E43 that help assist with the driving dynamics. The E43 features an AMG 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, and this provides a torque split of 31% up front and 69% in the rear. And what this does is provide the ideal balance of power while accelerating out of a corner. Now, while in that corner, if understeer is detected, the E43 can implement torque vectoring by braking. And what this does is apply the brake on the rear inside wheel, which will cause a torque shift on the vehicle, getting the vehicle aligned on a better vector suited for the turn. In addition to the AMG 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, the E43 is equipped with an AMG Sport suspension based on air body control. And this allows the car to react to changes in road conditions within 60 milliseconds. Now, at higher speeds, it will lower the car for increased stability. Characteristics of the AMG Sport suspension can be altered via AMG Dynamic Select, and we'll cover that in brief detail later in the review. We talked about the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system and the Sport suspension, so now let's focus on the wheel, tire, and brake setup. This particular E43 is fitted with the 20-inch AMG 5 twin-spoke wheels that feature black accents, and they look phenomenal with this vehicle because it coordinates well with the AMG Night package that we discussed earlier, and it's great contrast against the diamond white metallic paint. The wheels are shot in Goodyears that are 245 up front and 275 in the rear. Your brake rotors up front are 14.2 inches in diameter, cross-drilled and internally ventilated, and they're grasped by brake calipers that have been painted silver with black AMG lettering. Let's talk power plant. Under the hood of the E43, you will find a 3-liter bi-turbo V6 engine. Now, if you guessed that it produces 362 horsepower like the remainder of the cars in the Mercedes-AMG 43 range, you would be incorrect. And that's because a Falterback has blessed this engine with larger turbos, which have resulted in a 34 horsepower gain. So you're looking at 396 horsepower at 6,100 RPM and 384 pound-feet of torque between 2,500 and 5,000 RPM. Now, comparing that to the E300, which is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, which produces 241 horsepower, you're looking at a horsepower increase in the E43 of 155. Torque is also up by 111 pound-feet. The E300 had a 0 to 60 time of 6.2 seconds. The E43 does 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, so you're down by 1.7 seconds for a 0 to 60 time. This motor is connected to the AMG enhanced 9G Tronic transmission, and it's been enhanced for quicker gear changes. So now let's listen to how the engine sounds through the AMG Sport exhaust system. So now that we've heard how the 3-liter bi-turbo V6 engine sounds through the AMG Sport exhaust system, let's go ahead and close the hood and take a look at some of the car's interior features. The interior of the E43 is spectacular. Soft touch materials and high quality everywhere you look. The interior is finished in AMG nut brown with black Napa leather and natural grain brown ashwood trim. So let's start off with the top of the dash and work our way down the center console first. So at the top of the dash, you have black stitching to go with the black leather, a nice size 12.3-inch display to cover the car's different functions and settings, and coming further down, 4 air conditioning vents, and again, that brown ashwood trim, which looks terrific. You have controls for your air conditioning, 2 cup holders, and then an assortment of buttons here to control the infotainment system. And then there's a button here to control your dynamic select, which allows you to cycle through individual, sport, sport plus, and comfort as well. And all these settings are able to change the characteristics of the vehicle. We discussed the AMG Sport suspension earlier in the review, and this AMG Dynamic Select button can be adjusted to soften or harden the ride of the car. The steering wheel feels great in my hands. It's nice and thick, which gives me a sense of confidence when driving the car. It features Dynamica inserts on the side, and the leather on the top and bottom is smooth. It also features a flat bottom, which provides a nice look to the overall sporty appeal of the car. Directly behind the steering wheel, you have thick aluminum paddles when you're driving in manual mode. The left paddle is to downshift and the right paddle is to upshift. Now, as I mentioned previously, the E43 features dual 12.3-inch displays. One display is primarily used for your navigation and vehicle settings, such as seats, climate control, and dynamic select. The other display sits behind the steering wheel and is fully configurable. Let me give you an example here. So I will leave the AMG Performance menu and scroll over to Designs. I'll press down on Designs. Here we have Sport, Classic, and Progressive mode. Right now I have it in Progressive, so I will click on Sport. And as you can see, it changes the display, and I'll click down to go to Classic. It switches it again, and then I'll go back to Progressive mode. Personally, Progressive is my favorite. Now, if I scroll out and go back over to AMG Performance, press down, as you can see, it implements a boost gauge on the left side of the screen. Pretty neat. The multi-contour seats of the E43 are exceptionally comfortable, and I love the way the nut brown leather looks. Typically, I'm not even a fan of brown leather interior, but for this combination, I will make an exception. They feature aggressive side bolstering, and then you have AMG logos here as well. Let's quickly focus on the door panel. So the top of the door panel is covered with black leather and has black stitching. And then you have the brown open ashwood trim, which looks great against this silver Burmester speaker. I love the way the speaker pops out against the open ashwood trim. You have controls for your seating, controls for heating and cooled options, and a control to control the passenger seat as well. You have an aluminum door handle, and then the AMG nut brown leather, and controls for all 4 windows, and some storage on the bottom. That was a brief tour of the 2017 Mercedes-AMG E43. This car is geared towards those who wanted an E-Class sedan but weren't satisfied with the performance figures of the E300. It's also for those who want an E-Class sedan that's fast but don't want to pay north of $100,000 for an E63. I would like to thank Atlanta Classic Cars for allowing me to come over and shoot the E43. If you're interested in this model or any other, please be sure to contact my friend Jesse Cannon-Wallace. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.